Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, hi, good afternoon. On behalf of the Nutrition Society of Malaysia, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you joining us today, whether you are here with us on Zoom or tuning in live through our Facebook or YouTube live stream. Today, we are celebrating a very special occasion. It is the Malaysia Nutritionist Day. And the theme for our forum is Nutritionists Everywhere, Empowering a Healthier Nation. My name is Jean, and I'll be your MC for this session. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this very special occasion. Before we begin, just a quick note on housekeeping. For those of you who are joining here on Zoom, kindly keep your microphone muted at all times to avoid any background noise. You may choose to keep your camera on or off depending on your comfort. While we won't be taking live questions during the forum, we warmly encourage you to interact with us using the Zoom reaction buttons to give us a thumbs up, a clap, or even a heart when you hear something inspiring. It's a great way to show your support to our speakers throughout the sessions. Thank you. And to all our audience watching us on live, on Facebook, on YouTube, we are welcome as well. We are very delighted to have you with us, and we hope you enjoy and share today's program with the rest of your friends and colleagues. Here's a quick look at today's agenda. We'll start with a welcome speech from the President of the Nutrition Society of Malaysia, then a short video to highlight Malaysia Nutritionist Day. The highlight of the day will be our forum session featuring 11 amazing registered nutritionists from diverse sectors, moderated by Dr. Tan Sui. And finally, we'll have a quiz, fun quiz sessions, prize announcement, video competition winners announcement, and updates on upcoming activities, and we'll wrap up with a group photo. Ladies and gentlemen, now to officially begin with the program, it is my pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Mahendran Apukuti, President of the Nutrition Society of Malaysia, to deliver his welcome speech. Prof. Mahendran, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Wong, the MC of the day. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. You all can hear me, right? I don't see any reaction, Dean. Okay, now coming. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining this very important day. I would say that this is our highlight day, a significant occasion, Malaysia's Nutritionist Day. Today also holds a very special meaning to all of us who are in the nutrition field because it's also the day Nutrition Society of Malaysia birth. It's on 4th of September 1985. So for nearly 4 decades, NSM have stood as a pillar of strength, advancing the science, the practice of nutrition, and nurturing nutrition generation of nutritionists in our country. Today, we celebrate to recognize the importance of our profession. Nutritionists in Malaysia have been entrusted with a vital role to safeguard the nation's health, tackling double burden malnutrition, addressing the rising tide of obesity, non-communicable diseases, and ensuring the sound nutrition knowledge reaches to every level of society. Our work is not confined to laboratory, clinics, classrooms, which is you're going to be listening to all the panelists later, to also extend to the communities, policies, and a very nation development. As we reflect on the 40th year of journey, let us look into the future as well. So the path ahead will bring a new challenges, also a new opportunities, the rise of personalized nutrition, the integration of digital health tools, the pressing call of sustainable food system. Nutritionists must be prepared to lead with knowledge, compassion, and innovation to meet these emerging demands. On this auspicious day, let us honor the legacy of our precedents here, all our senior seafoods who have prepared this nation with our Nutritionist Society of Malaysia, NSM, and celebrate the dedication of all nutritionists in Malaysia and renew our commitment to building a healthier future for generation to come. I also take this opportunity to thank the organizing committee. They have been working day and night. Emails are flying every day, WhatsApp, and also the panelists who are very excited. They have done a lot of work, and I must thank all of you for preparing, and also the audience. I could see here we have more than 100 people here now. So I hope more, and in the Facebook and YouTube as well. So all these people, I thank you all. Thank you for being with us, and look forward for NSM's activities, more activities in related to the Nutritionist Day. And I would end this thing with nutritionists everywhere empower a healthier nation. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Prof. Mahendran. Prof. Mahendran said that all nutritionists should lead with knowledge, compassion, and innovations. This is a great call. Thanks, Prof. Mahendran.
Thank you.
Next, let us watch a short video entitled Nutritionists Everywhere, Empowering a Healthier Nation in celebration of our Nutritionist Day. Please enjoy the video.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Mahendran here, the President of Nutrition Society of Malaysia. We are gearing up to celebrate Nutritionist Day 2025 on 4th of September, a dedicated day to celebrate, to recognize the impactful work of nutritionists in Malaysia. Our theme for this year, Nutritionists Everywhere, Empowering a Healthier Nation. We are excited to share a sneak preview, a special video of that highlights the inspiring work of fellow nutritionists. This video captures the heart of our profession, making a difference everywhere, every day. We hope this gives you a glimpse, a view of our role of a nutritionist in this country. Have a look. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sulim, a nutritionist working in the government health clinic.
Hello everyone, my name is Kangarani Selvadure and I'm from the Malaysian Palm Oil Board. In MPOB, I'm heading the Nutrition Research Unit. We carry out research to look into the nutritional properties of palm oil.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Izzaham bin Muhammad. I'm a senior nutritionist from National Sport Institute Malaysia, NSM. My role is to provide sport nutrition services through evidence-based nutrition strategy.
Hi, I am Dr. Siti Rayana Shafi'i, a senior lecturer in the Department of Nutrition, Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, UPM.
As an academician, my role involves teaching, supervising students, as well as conducting research.
Hi. So as a lecturer at a private university, my role is to educate, empower, and guide students in their academic studies, conduct community programs, and provide mentorship in their research work.
Hi, I'm Zheng Feng, a health education officer at World Vision Malaysia. I work on creating and implementing projects that help to improve nutrition and well-being of mothers and children in need, both in rural and urban areas.
Hi, I'm Nazira. I'm the clinical team manager at Embody Asia.
Hi, I'm Yeo Xiang Ying, a nutritionist at Mimi Nutrition Center.
Hi, I'm Amira, a nutritionist in Alpro Pharmacy. Every day, I have the privilege of helping individuals navigate the often overwhelming world of nutrition. My job here isn't just telling people about what to eat. It's about understanding their goals, challenges, and their lives.
Hi everyone, my name is Nabila binti Ibrahim. I'm the senior nutritionist from Top Gloves in Berhad.
Hi, I'm Jeline. I'm a nutritionist and a content creator who share recipes, grocery tips, cooking tips, healthy eating tips that is very applicable to Malaysian context.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Shazaliana, co-founder of Jom Sehat Diet Center. As a nutritionist and entrepreneur, I ensure evidence-based nutrition reaches the public by managing operations, marketing, and content strategies.
Nutritionists everywhere, empowering a healthier nation.
Thank you. Today, We are very honored to be joined by 11 distinguished nutritionists representing different sectors from health, sports, academia, corporate, nonprofit, and beyond. This lineup reflects the diversity and the impact of the nutrition profession in Malaysia. I will now briefly introduce our panelists. Today, we have 11 registered nutritionists who are here with us today. They are Dr. Kanga Rani. She is from the Malaysian Palm Oil Board. We have Associate Professor Dr. Savinder Kaur. She is from UCSI University. We have Ms. Kwek Sulin. She is from the Ministry of Health. We have Dr. Siti Raihana. She is from University Putra, Malaysia. We have Mr. Muhammad Isham bin Muhammad. He is from the National Sports Institute of Malaysia. We have Ms. Shaza Liana. She is from Jom Sehat Diet Center. We have Ms. Noor Nazira Izati. She is from InBody Malaysia. We have Ms. Noor Nabila, and she is from Top Glove Sendirian Berhad. We have Ms. Lee Ziling. She's a new content creator. We have Mr. Ang Zhenfeng. She's from World Vision Malaysia. And finally, we have Ms. Noor Amira, and she's from Pro Alliance Sendirian Berhad. You may also recognize them as you have seen the same 11 speakers. They were featured in the video that you have just watched earlier. We are truly excited to hear their insights in today's forum. And now, for the main event, the forum discussion. This session will be moderated by Dr. Tan Sui. She is a registered nutritionist from the Nutrition Society of Malaysia. Let me share a little background of Dr. Tan. She is a proud UKM graduate. She went on to complete her master at London Metropolitan University and later returned to UKM for her PhD. Interestingly, during her first job as a nutritionist at a wellness center, Dr. Tan also pursued her passion for the theatre as an actor. So, ladies and gentlemen, nutritionists are multi-talented, and Dr. Tan is a perfect example. Dr. Tan, I hand the session over to you. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Tan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wong, for that kind introduction. Just sound checking if you can hear me clearly.
Yep.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you very much. A very good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our forum in conjunction with the Malaysian Nutritionist Day 2025. So we are aware that the theme is Nutritionists Everywhere, Empowering a Healthier Nation. So today I'll be moderating the session of the forum. So just as a quick background, ladies and gentlemen, this forum today aims to provide insights into the career of a nutritionist. We'll highlight opportunities, the challenges, and the societal impact of the profession. Now, as mentioned by Dr. Wong, we are very honored to have 11 registered nutritionists with us this afternoon as our panelists. So without further ado, let's kickstart the forum. So before our session today, we have actually told our panelists to be ready with a board or a piece of paper, because now I would like to quickly get them to write down 3 items on their board or their paper, which is their name, the number of years of experience as a nutritionist, as well as their field of work, whether it's industry, academia, NGO, or freelance on this piece. And then immediately, my panelists, immediately flash it on the screen so that all our audience can have a quick glance and understand your respective backgrounds. Okay, shall we do that? All right, I see all of them being pinned onto the main screen already. All right, we'll give them a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen. They're writing down their details. Great, I can see Dr. Savinder's. Yeah, clear. Okay, Miss Quack, yeah. Maybe Dr. Siti a bit higher. Zheng Feng's one is great. Yeah, Ziling, good. Okay, just flash for a while, yeah? Okay, great. I can see everyone there. Great, I think all 11 are there. Fantastic, thank you, everyone. Okay, so I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have a glance of their background, their number of years of experience already. Now, my dear panelists, you can wipe away your board or use a news piece of paper. Let our audience know your main motivation or inspiration of becoming a nutritionist. Okay, your main motivation or inspiration of becoming a nutritionist. It can be a phrase, or better still, just some keywords perhaps that actually motivated or make you want to be a nutritionist. Okay, so just give them a little bit of time, and hopefully this helps you understand what drives each of our panelists as a nutritionist. Okay, once you're ready, my dear panelists, please flash it on the board as well. I will look through as well. I see Amira empowering people to live healthily. Sulin, yours is a bit, yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, let food be thy medicine. Wonderful. Okay, Zilling is okay. Her amazement by how food affects health. Not trying to look through Dr. Siti, maybe a bit closer. Tak nampak sangat. Okay. You can see a little bit. Okay. So improve community health from Zheng Feng. Shaza is interested in misinformation. Okay. Dr. Sabin, guide and help. But Mr. Izam, of course, fitness. Okay. Wonderful. Nabila, prevention. Yep. Miss Nazira, I can't really see yours. A bit higher to the back sikit, then higher preventing, I think. Okay. All right. I hope the audience can capture. Thank you very much, my dear panelists. You're all ready. Okay. So with that as an introduction, ladies and gentlemen, now we have gotten to know our 11 panelists and their brief backgrounds. Let's kickstart now and get the ball rolling by understanding on the roles, getting some understanding on the roles of a registered nutritionist from our panelists. So I think I'll start off with my first question. So my question is, what are some of the common misconceptions we often get about the role of a nutritionist? Okay, what are some of the common misconceptions? So in the interest of time, I'll just be picking several panelists, yeah, one or two to take on this question. So for this question, can I get Miss Amira? Hi, Amira.
Hi,
Okay, yeah,
hi,
yeah.
Dr. Tan.
Hi. Okay, can you share with our audience what are some of the conceptions that you often get about people when you say I'm a nutritionist?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you so much and good evening to everyone. So there's actually quite a few misconceptions about what it means to be a nutritionist in Malaysia. Although I'm just being a nutritionist for 2 years, looking at all the experience. So one of the most common is the idea that anyone can be a nutritionist, when in fact, actually only registered nutritionists have the proper training and qualifications to do so. Another thing that I often hear is that nutritionists only work in the hospitals. While some do, many of us actually found in schools, in communities, in research, and even in corporate settings as well. And then there's also a belief, I think this is very common, that nutrition advice is the same for everyone. When people see the advices in internet, and then they think that is the same or they can follow the same advice. But in the reality is guidance is always personalized. What works for one person may not work for another. And finally, this is the most controversial one. I think people sometimes assume that nutritionists, they just here to promote supplements or products. In truth, ethical nutritionists rely on evidence-based science to give recommendations, not just on testimonies, not just on trends or quick fixes. So yeah, Dr. Tan, I think that are some common misconceptions about nutritionists.
Thanks so much, Amira. I think I see a couple of our panelists also nodding their head because I think through our experience as nutritionists, these are some of the common things that we get from people, from the public as well. So today is really to raise awareness on that. Thank you so much, Amira. So I think let's move on because Amira talked about registered nutritionists. So I want to ask two gentlemen in our panelists. Yeah, we have one younger one and a more experienced one. You've seen in the video. What does it mean to be a registered nutritionist? Let's start with our senior, yeah? Isham, would you like to take on that first?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you, Dr. Tan. To be a registered nutritionist means, for me, is mean having a formal education in nutrition, which means meeting a professional standard. So looking at the professional standard, what is the best practice, and also being recognized by a regulatory bodies like NSM, KKM, which is demonstrate your knowledge and skill to provide safe, I think, evidence-based nutrition advice while following the ethic and also professional guidelines. So this is increased the credibility and trust. So means it recognize qualification, build confidence, to the client and also employee and also organization.
Okay, so it's a win-win situation, right, for
Yes.
ourselves and also the public. Thank you very much, Isam. What about you, Cheng Feng, being a younger nutritionist who just recently graduated? What does it mean to be a registered nutritionist, in your opinion?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tan. So I think Mr. Isham explained it very well. So I'll just add on some of my points.
Sure.
To me, it means that we have the responsibility to ensure that
Right.
the guidance and advice provided are evidence-based, safe, and also reliable to protect the public interest. So it's very important for the public to seek advice from registered nutritionists to avoid misinformation from unqualified individuals or unverified online sources.
Okay, thank you very much, Jennifer. So I think in summary from these two gentlemen is that with greater power comes greater responsibility, like Spider-Man. Okay, so as nutritionists, we are empowered with the knowledge, so we must have that responsibility to disseminate, as a registered nutritionist, to disseminate evidence-based nutrition advice. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's quickly move on to our next question. Dr. Kanga. Yeah, Dr. Kanga. Hi, afternoon, Dr. Kanga.
Hi,
Maybe I'll shift my question over here because you're working a lot in research as well in your work, yeah? So can I find out from you your opinion, your take on how can nutritionists work, yeah, in order to build trust with the public? Because you're producing research to disseminate to the public. How can you build trust with the public and how to differentiate ourselves as a registered nutritionist from those who are unqualified? Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Tan. This is actually a very important point. We really need to build the public trust and then be able to differentiate ourselves from unqualified practitioners. And how could we do that? Number one is to have credibility or establishing credibility to obtaining recognized credentials. That's so important. After which, however we practice, our approach should be prioritizing evidence-based practice. And all our advice or approaches should be backed up by science, not trends or anything else. Like thirdly is on transparent communication. We need to use scientific reasoning for our recommendation. If there's misconception, we need to respectfully correct them, acknowledge that nutrition science is always evolving, and hence by giving all this information, public will gain trust on us. Lastly, we need to make sure that public is aware that a registered nutritionist is a validated source of information, and this could then lead them to recognize what's fake, what's not fake, or misleading information, especially now with the social media.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khanna. So well said. I like the point that you mentioned about transparent communication because nutrition is an evolving science. Something new is discovered every day, and we need to be transparent to the public in order to be trustworthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now with the understanding of what a nutritionist is or what it is not, let's get our panelists' input on the impact of a nutritionist on our society and public health. So for this next question, I would like to find out from our nutritionists, how would they describe the role of a nutritionist in today's society, especially with the rise of chronic diseases and lifestyle-related health issues? And I have Miss Nazira. Hi, you're the lucky one picked for this.
Yes.
Okay, can you share with us what do you think the role of a nutritionist is in today's society in relation to NCDs?
So in my opinion, the role of nutritionists nowadays has become much more important with the current health state of Malaysia based on our data and HMS data and all. We're not just here to like plan the diet, but our focus is also on like prevention side, like preventative medicine, like to educate people to make like sustainable lifestyle changes, like to reduce the risk of NCDs, those communicable diseases such as obesity, diabetes, sarcopenia, CVD, and all. And we also know that the cost to cure a disease will be much more expensive compared to preventing a disease. So for example, as a nutritionist, we can use like anthropometric data, like such as the weight, body weight, BMI, body fat, muscle mass, to actually identify the early risk factors of those diseases. So from there, we can guide the people, the community to understand why they need the changes for more and also to help them to set up like realistic and practical goals for themselves to improve their overall health. So it's not just like about telling people why you should eat this and that, but also to educate people and understand why these changes are very important to based on their current health state. So yeah, I think that's my point of view for these
Okay.
questions.
Thank you so much, Nazira. I think you're right because with the rise of NCDs and with the number of population we have in Malaysia, nutritionists have a very, very big task ahead of us, isn't it?
True.
Yeah, to do all this work, and not only one person doing it, we have to be sharing that responsibility together. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this next question, I will be engaging a couple of our panel of nutritionists, from different settings because I want to find out from them an example of a successful nutrition initiative that they have gone through, or an intervention or the program that they have been involved in that makes them, in their opinion, has made a real impact. So, different settings, you're going to listen to them. Maybe I'll call upon Cheng Feng. Yeah, Cheng Feng, I know you work in NGO, in an NGO setting. So would you like to tell us, our audience, a successful nutrition initiative, intervention or program that you've been involved in that made a real impact in your opinion?
Yeah, sure, Dr. Tan. I think I'll share one of the program that I was involved in. So I actually work with mothers and children under 5 years old in rural Sabah for a community development program. So in that program, we teach mothers to prepare nutritious meals using local ingredients, despite them having limited financial resources. We also conduct child growth monitoring, home gardening activities, and also nutrition awareness programs, not just for the community members and also for the children. So over the 5 years, we have seen stunting drop by up to 18% in some communities. And more importantly, mothers share with us that their children eat more vegetables, and some of the mothers even use the extra vegetables to generate some side income for them. So the success of the program actually lies in its holistic, community-driven approach that links nutrition with livelihood, education, wash, and child protection activities.
Right, that's lovely to hear, Cheng Feng, a real impactful programmer in your work. All right, let's move to another setting. Maybe I'm inclined to call Izam. Izam, let's talk about sports and exercise, so that our audience can understand also from your work, what kind of work or intervention program that you've been involved in that make a real impact and to your satisfaction.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Dr. Tan. So, I think one of my successful nutrition initiative that I was involved for preparing athlete, it was I think back in 12 years ago. I think during that time I was junior, and then I was involved directly with the performance nutrition program for a national cycling team preparing for the Olympic Games back in 2012. So at the start, when I start working with the athlete, many athlete shows a poor eating behavior. I think limited nutrition knowledge. I think that's our main challenges, and then inconsistent feeling the practice like they sometimes practice good, sometimes practice just like they have a cheat day every day. So where we always facing difficulty when we're dealing with high performance athlete. And then based on that, we implemented a periodized nutrition strategy, which is tailored to their training block, where it's proven by research during that time. And then focusing on refueling, recovery, and also body composition optimization using some of the tools that available during that time, food diaries, education session, and individual plans. So over the whole period of the blocks, which is a 12 months of period, we can see the transformation was remarkable. Like I can say like from zero to hero. We saw a very significant improvement in training consistency. They're achieving the target body weight, and the whole key performance indicator improve, and it enhanced race readiness during that time. So several athletes achieve their personal best, winning medals during that time in the major games, and the team finished higher than the expected overall. But for me, the biggest impact was not only the result, but how the athlete evolved from the poor eating habits to confident and independently champion in managing their own nutrition. That's
Mm.
my big impact.
Oh, that's very nice, Ilham. So you managed to empower the athlete from nothing, to
Yep.
something, and using research, backup science. That's wonderful. That's excellent. Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Ilham. Dr. Siti Raihana, I know personally from you, you're involved in also policy, Malaysian nutrition policy, as well as an active researcher. Would you mind sharing with us your experience and, to
Yeah.
our audience? Mm.
Okay, hi
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you, Dr. Fan. Okay, so for me, it's actually one of the most meaningful initiative that I have been involved in was actually doing a research on calorie labeling awareness among consumers in Putrajaya.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-mm.
So with that, actually using mock menus, we explored how the exposure to calorie information actually shape public understanding as well as the perception of healthier food choices. So from there, we actually presented the findings at the national level to the National Nutrition and Food Safety Committee, to
Mm.
YB Minister of Health as well, informing the policy discussions.
Okay.
And also another one is that I also had the honor of serving as a technical working group member of the Malaysian Dietary Guidelines 2020, which
Mm-mm.
it is actually a significant milestone in my journey as an academician as well as a nutritionist, where it's actually reinforcing my commitment to evidence-based strategies in shaping these healthier communities.
Mm. Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Raina. So yeah, nutritionists are not just on the field, on the ground, in sports, but also at the policy level,
Yeah.
shaping the nutrition policies and guidelines for the nation. So there's a lot of heavy burden on our roles as nutritionists. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Miss Nabila. Hi. Okay. Your
Hi,
take.
Dr. Tan.
Hi. Your take on this from the corporate health perspective, please.
Okay,
Hmm.
thank you, Dr. Pan. Hi, everyone. In terms of corporate health setting, I remember back in 2017, I started a program to help employees focus on improving their overall body composition rather than just tracking body weight. So I proposed and secured management support to invest in the right equipment and launched a wellness campaign. Along with the other nutritionist team, we provide simple and practical nutrition tips to support employees in reaching their wellness goals despite their busy schedules.
Oh.
Today, this initiative has become a weekly routine. So, as for me, seeing employees return consistently to monitor their progress is truly rewarding. And as a corporate nutritionist myself, knowing that I have contributed to their long term health makes my role deeply fulfilling. Back to
Oh,
you, Dr. Tan.
thank you so much, Nabila. That's very inspiring. And I think nutrition should be placed in every corporate setting. Yeah, to ensure that everybody is healthy, because with health, then they can serve whatever company or institution better, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Maybe my last setting is in the area of public health. So of course, I'll invite Miss Kwek Sulin. Yeah, our VSP. Hello,
Hello,
Sulin.
Dr.
Yep.
Tan. Thank
Hi.
you.
Hmm.
So I'll just a bit of sharing that one of the most prominent nutrition initiatives in the public health setting or community setting, which I was involved in, was the school-based nutrition program in a primary school, whereby we worked in partnership with the educators, the parents, as well as the canteen operators within the school. So the objective was to enhance not only the nutritional well-being of the students, but we wanted to establish a school environment that was nutrition friendly, as the children could then practice what they understood from whatever information we disseminated. So we trained the canteen operators to serve menus that complied with guidelines. We encouraged parents to take charge of improving the nutritional quality of the children's home packed food. We encourage the children to bring plain water to school every day. We even set up a nutrition focus board within the school area to allow for dissemination of nutrition information. So throughout that year-long program, we saw great improvements in the students' nutritional status. Not only that, they even reported that they practice at home, even teguring, yeah, or what do you call this? Uh, just
Telling them.
giving advice back to their parents. So this initiative actually demonstrated that a wholly planned or a holistically planned school-based nutrition program could serve as a powerful platform, we think, to sustain nutrition for a sustainable nutrition advocacy and intervention to address malnutrition among young children specifically.
Thank you so much, Celine. Yeah, I think another inspiring example as well, especially in the school setting, where, as you mentioned, managing so many stakeholders at one time is never easy. But when you get there, it's that job satisfaction is fantastic. So that's another setting I think where nutritionist has to go into everywhere is the schools. Okay, so thank you very much, dear panelists, addressing this your sharing on the different types of work that showcase the satisfaction giving real impact from the profession itself. So look at that, ladies and gentlemen, from that little section, you can see the versatility and the diverse range of work a nutritionist is involved in. And these are all very important work regardless of the setting, yeah, and background, all for improving the health and well-being of the target population. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are all aware, every profession has its sets of challenges. So now I would like to direct the next question to Ziling. Hi, Ziling. She's the best person to answer this question. So my question to you, Ziling, we know that we are living in an era of misinformation and social media trends, and you yourself, you're very visible on the social media. So I think you're the best person to, share your take on this. So can I ask you, in your opinion, how can nutritionists address misinformation and skepticism about nutrition within the society or community?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Regarding misinformation on social media or on in our daily life, I think the first thing that we can do is know our enemies. So it's basically just to learn why misinformation spreads so fast. Why does it people hook on misinformation better than evidence-based nutrition? So it's most likely because they are easy, they are actually empowering, and it's emotional. So use those elements to help us to convey evidence-based nutrition information better. So this is one of the things that we can do. And another thing is address misinformation by approachable language and terms. So we don't try to teach the public about the misinformation with scientific jargon and big words. So try to break it down for them to make them understand it better and in a more humane way, basically, easier to understand. And another thing is that because we cannot keep debunking misinformation, there will be more and more misinformation coming out. So one way that we can help the public to gain better skills is to help them to identify misinformation themselves. To teach them where do they find out who are they credentialed, those information that they get from. Those people, are they having credibility? And then are those people giving one size fits all information? Is it too good to be true? This is one of the things that very easy to identify. Do they ask you to eliminate entire food group just to achieve one single health outcome? So these are some of the great flags for them to identify. And the last thing is to actually encourage each other, which is all of us, the accredited healthcare professional, to speak out on social media. So it doesn't matter whether we reach them or not, or we have higher reach or not. At least when all of us speak out on social media together consistently, our voice will be amplified. And then people will realize that, oh, this is supposed to be the truth. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ziling. I think your final point is very important, to be unified as one voice in the profession, in our knowledge. Thank you so much for your input. Yeah, so I'm going to build on that, what Ziling said. As a group of nutritionists, we are professionals, so we should be able to address misinformation. And one of the ways to address this is to develop our own knowledge and skills first and foremost as well. Yeah. So maybe my next question is, I would like to direct to Dr. Sabvinder.
Hi, Dr. Tan.
Hi, Dr. Sabin. Okay, so Dr. Sabina, my question to you is, to address misinformation, as I mentioned, we need to continuously develop our knowledge and skills. So in your opinion, what role do you see continuing education and professional development, or we call it CPD? Okay, what does CPD play in maintaining the credibility of a registered nutritionist, and how?
Yeah, I think that's very important point. So as the nutritionist, I think it's very important that we remain current, we are credible, and we are competent in the field of nutrition sciences. So science should be our, backing when we want to talk about nutrition advice to the people. As we know from, with the social media, there's a lot of food trends, right? And we must remain aligned to the guidelines that we have actually crafted and created in the country. We have many guidelines that we can refer to, and these are all very important. And with continuous attendance to whether it's conferences, seminar, workshops, we remain abreast with keeping information up to date. And we have to remember that we have to practice with evidence-based science. So this will also help us to support our renewal in our practicing certificates, which has now, we are already able to apply, so, and we can uphold our professional standards. CBT is also important because I think when we talk about professional development, it does support our career advancement. Because from time to time, we have new technologies coming up, we have new things to learn from day to day, and it equip, nutritionists with new skills and knowledge. So at the same time, I think I believe that with the practicing certificate and through the reliable CPD system, public will gain more trust in our profession because we will demonstrate that registered nutritionists are very committed to maintain the credibility, and we deliver accurate and, most importantly, science-based advice to the population.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sabinder. I think that ties in, that's very important because it ties in what Dr. Kanga said earlier, as nutrition is evolving. So it's very important for us to keep abreast. We cannot just sit there and say we are just nutritionists doing our own work. We need to continuous learning, and like, for example, in Ziling, her work as a communication, scientific communicator, you have to give the latest update as well. So I think all in all, it ties in very nicely and cohesively. Thank you very much, Dr. Sabinder, on the input on CPD. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm mindful of the time. Yeah, Dr. Wong may be starting to nudge me in a while. Okay, so I'd like to ask the next question very quickly. We're focusing on the future of the nutritionist profession. And I've got a young lady who's an entrepreneur with us. Yeah. Hi, Shaza.
Hi, Dr. Tan.
Hi. Nice to have you here. Shaza, maybe in a few words, in your opinion, how do you think we can encourage more young people, to pursue a career in nutrition and address the growing demand for qualified nutritionists?
Okay, from my opinion, I think to encourage more young people or for them to get excited about a career in nutrition, to be a registered nutritionist, first they need to have the bigger picture, to see the bigger picture and the real future demand for the qualified professionals, especially registered nutritionists. Because most of the time when students hear the word nutrition, they think about supplements or maybe the food industry itself, but some even confused with nutritionists, food technologists, and also the personal trainer. Okay, so all this confusion is not if we need to clear all these things up, and these also are not the same thing. Even personal trainers also give nutrition advice, right? So they need to understand each has their own pathway and also own responsibilities and its own impact. So and when you understand these differences, you will see there are many ways to make a real difference in people's life. And actually now, what many don't see also, but they should lah. Okay, nutritionists today are not just giving health talks or writing diet plans. They are building, actually, like myself, digital health startups. We can also running a corporate wellness programs. We can like preventing chronic disease, supporting choice and women's health policymaker as our all panelists today. We can see from that. And including research policy and content creation. So we need to change the perception for me. And nutrition is not just about food. It actually, nutrition is the front line of the future healthcare itself. So if you can see the purpose, the potential, so I think more younger people will be inspired to pursue this.
Thank you, Shaza. I love that line on nutrition is the front line for future healthcare. That's very well said. And I think if there are if there's some young, pardon me, there are young ones amidst our audience here, there's something for you, I think, not necessarily just on food, and advisory on food can be a lot of areas. Yeah, so hopefully with this panelist today, we've seen that, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank all our panelists, but I have just one final question for all of them. So again, my dear panelists, if you can prepare your board or paper, just one final question, yeah? We started off with writing on the board. We'll end our session with writing on the board as well. So if you may, on the paper, can you all please write down one thing? Write down one thing that we can do to ensure that the profession of nutritionist continues to grow and evolve. Okay, one thing, I repeat, that we can do to ensure that our profession continues to grow and evolve. Okay, I'll leave it to their creativity. Yeah, we'll see how they could inspire in one word or two, yeah, or a couple. But it has to be kata kerja lah, has to be verb, yeah, because you need to do something, right? If you're ready, just flash on the screen. So we just take a quick look. Yeah. Connect and keep learning. Wonderful. More opportunities. Yeah. Register as a nutritionist. I see that. Be innovative. That's important. Learn to communicate health science effectively. Partnership. Yeah, I saw partnership as well. Strengthen evidence-based policies. Work with multidisciplinary field. Yeah, that's the direction as well. Yeah, science-based nutrition advice. Wonderful. So I think there's a lot of stress and emphasis on science-based evidence that shows that nutritionists are just not everybody can be a nutritionist. We are specially trained to take on this role as a nutritionist. Thank you very much, dear panelists, for sharing your input. Thank you so much for all your involvement and your participation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for today's forum. I was, timekeeping to make sure we're on time, Okay, so let us all give our panelists a round of applause with your clapping hand emojis, if you may. Yeah, and we sincerely thank everyone for your time to be here with us today. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have been encouraged and energized, yeah, I hope, through this session, feeling proud to be called a nutritionist. And of course, I'm very keen to highlight this to our young nutritionists to be, or our young undergraduates who are joining us at this session. I hope that this session will inspire you to be part of the fraternity, dedicating your knowledge and life for the advancement of nutritional science, which is the cornerstone really to health and well-being. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, nutritionists are everywhere, and our core job is to empower a healthier nation. So that's all from us. Thank you very much. And I hand this time now over back to Dr. Wong. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dr. Tan, and thank you once again to all our panelists for such an engaging and insightful discussion. I'm sure many of us have gained a deeper appreciation of the diverse role of nutritionists in today's world, playing an important role in empowering a healthier nation. Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up the session, let's revisit a little fun activity we prepared for you, the short quiz that was included in your registration. If you recall, ladies and gentlemen, when you registered for the forum, you also answered 3 quiz questions in the registration form. So what we are flashing to you now is the question and the answers. Let's take a look at the answers together. The first question was, how many registered nutritionists are there in Malaysia as of 22nd of July 2025? Now, this is a very tough one. The correct answer is 1,206 nutritionists registered with the MAHPC, the Malaysian Allied Health Profession Council. And this was a very tough question, and interestingly, no one got it exactly right. Second question, when did Malaysia have its first nutritionist in the Ministry of Health? The answer is 1974. I believe many of us in this room are not born yet in 1974. And we don't have the first nutrition program yet in the country in 1974, but we are very privileged to have our first nutritionist already in 1974 in the Ministry of Health. The third question, where can you find registered nutritionists other than Ministry of Health? Now, this is also the theme of our Nutritionist Day. They are everywhere. You can find them in the sports and fitness industry, in universities, food industry, laboratories, non-profit organizations, corporate companies, and many more. As you have just heard, the first question was the toughest, and interestingly, no one got it exactly right. So, in selecting the winners, we recognize those who answered the two questions correctly, and we also identified the one who provided the closest answer to the first question. And now it's time to announce our prize winners. Congratulations to Tanusha Devi, Santa Sagar, Nur Hanisa binti Zaini, and Wan Fazili binti Wan Mahmud. Congratulations to all three of you. Our team will be in touch with you regarding your prizes. Please, again, let's give them a big virtual round of applause. Thanks, everyone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on the announcement of our video competition winners. For your information, this video competition was open to undergraduate nutrition students studying in a university across Malaysia with the objective to empower students to creatively communicate evidence-based nutrition information to the public. We are delighted to share that we have received a total of 9 entries coming from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, Monash University, Nottingham University, University Putra Malaysia, UCSI University, and Management and Science University MSU. The videos were carefully evaluated by 3 distinguished judges with expertise in nutrition, particularly in creating nutrition-related content for social media. The judging criteria included content and accuracy of facts, creativity and originality, and technical quality in terms of videos and audios. From this rigorous evaluation process, the top 3 groups with the highest scores were then invited to post their videos on their personal Instagram accounts. An additional 5 points or 5 marks of the total final scores was awarded based on active engagement from the public. And now, let's celebrate our winners. In third place, winning 100 ringgit, congratulations to Smart Bites Nutritionist from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. You can check out their page on their Instagram, yeah? In second place, winning 150 ringgit, well done to Budget Bites from Monash University. Also a very creative piece of work from this group. And finally, the first place with 200 ringgit, our highest honors goes to Nutrinerds from Monash University. Ladies and gentlemen, you are encouraged to check out their Instagram pages looking at their winning videos. A big congratulations to all our winners and also to every student who participated. Your creativity and effort in spreading nutrition messages are truly commendable, and the Secretariat will be in touch with the winners. Next, moving to upcoming programs. As we celebrate Nutritionist Day today, it is important to remember that our journey doesn't stop here. For the past 1.5 months, we have been hosting a list of activities which are listed here. And we would like to announce that we have more exciting programs that are lined up, including a special social media campaign entitled What Nutritionists Really Do. So this campaign, What Nutritionists Really Do, will run from 6th to the 30th of September on Instagram and Facebook, highlighting the diverse roles of nutritionists across government, corporate, sports, research, academia, nonprofits, and entrepreneurship. We invite all of you to follow, to share, and be part of this campaign to help us spread the words about real-life contributions of registered nutritionists out there. And ladies and gentlemen, that comes to the end of our forum today. Before we close, we'll love to take a group photo with all of you. So if you're comfortable, please switch on your cameras and give us your best smile. To switch on your camera, there's a little video button at the bottom of your screen. For our audience in the Zoom, you can do that. Thank you. Thank you for switching on the camera. At the count of 3, we're going to take this a few snapshots. So my secretary is going to help me to do this. At the count of 3, please smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. First one. The second one. 1, 2, smile. Third slide. 1, 2, smile. The fourth one. Thank you. The fifth. Okay, are we good? Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for switching on your camera. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your encouragement. Thanks for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we'll greatly appreciate your feedback. We'll greatly appreciate your feedback if you can take some time to fill in our feedback form, as it will help us to improve our future programs. So we'll now flash to you the feedback form on our screen. So this is a short feedback form. You can scan the QR, and that will link you to a short Google form. We would really appreciate your feedback so that it will help us to improve the future programs that we organize for everyone. On behalf of the Nutrition Society of Malaysia, thank you once again for joining us today. We wish you a wonderful Nutritionist Day. See you at our upcoming activities and have a pleasant evening. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, we can stop the recording already, and may I invite all the speakers who are still here to take a group photo together. Thanks, everyone. I think we stopped perfectly on time at 4 o'clock, so that's great. We still have some audience in the room, but it doesn't matter. We can probably take a group photo. Dr. Shah, would you be able to help me to do that, or Mr. CK or Miss Lim? Thanks, everyone. I think the session went well. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't get everyone on the Zoom. So after 100 packs, basically everyone is redirected to Facebook and YouTube. So the main channel that we managed to live stream was YouTube. So if you want a copy of this session, it's actually on our YouTube, which which actually shared in the chat. Can you see that in the chat? So that is the YouTube that had a recorded session of this. Okay, sorry. I just have to call. We may have to yeah. So can we do a group photo? How do we do that? Prof Mahan, are you still here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Kanga left already, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay, ready? You want to take a photo?
Yeah, can we do that?
Okay.
Yeah, we can stop recording already. Sorry, who is recording? Not sure.
I think I need to end live as well.
The live has ended, right? Sometime.
Not sure how to end the recording. Who clicked the recording, yeah?
Not me. I think the host now, Shah. We all are co-hosts.
You ready? Ready to take picture?
Okay.
Yes.
Once again, 1, 2, 3. Tak apa, second picture yang cepat. Ya, okay.
We are still online in YouTube.
Yeah, it will end if we end the Zoom, then it will be end. And
Yeah.
we cannot stop.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I just want to take the opportunity to thank everyone on behalf of NSM for your contribution and dedication. So let's continue to spread the news. Happy Nutritionist Day.
Happy Nutritionist Day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good to see all of you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
So proud of you all.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So,
I think we need to end the whole session, then only the live will end.
yeah, that shouldn't be. Bye-bye. Okay, CK, take care. I'll send the lampiran ready.
Okay, got it.